Hi, this is Gene Blanchard, and I'm installing a CURT wiring harness. It's called the 5505 wiring harness for my trailer hitch and that. And I'm putting on my 2007 Jeep Compass, and I thought that I would show you how to do it. So basically, very first thing is you have to remove your driver's side rear tail light. You also have to do the passenger side too. To remove it, there's these little push pins here to take out. They're kind of difficult, right? So you have to kind of pry them out with a screwdriver, and then I found that if I went and had some needle nose, I could take my needle nose and I could sort of pry them, and that seemed to work the best for me. And I've already done this, so they're coming out real easy. And then this just pops out. There's some clips over here, and then you have your wiring. On my vehicle, this used to be sort of a country vehicle, and this was all packed with dirt, literally dirt. You can still see some of it here. I've cleaned up, you know. It was just caked on in dirt. So, then what you have to do is remove the housing. There's these little pins here, like this. They slide in on this side, and I popped them out. And then once you pop them out, to release it, you have to press here and wiggle, right? And then they'll come out. They don't come out this easy. I had to spend a lot of time because they were caked with dirt, so I'll just put this off to the side. Now, when you do this, compasses already come. They already come wired for a trailer wiring. So basically, you have to take this part off here, and I'll just take that off. And right in the back, right here, is the trailer clip wiring. So I just have to cut the insulation off on here, and I'll pull that out. Alright, so after cutting the electrical tape off, I'm able to pull the cable out. And you can see the color here is looks like a red wire, maybe with a black stripe. I think that's a little thin black stripe. So this is our trailer wiring. Black stripe here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check it. I'm going to check the fuse in the front, and then I'll measure the voltage here, and I'll pull the fuse and see if the voltage disappeared, and then I'll be 100% sure. Alright, so under the hood I got my fuse box. I got my manual out here, and it says trailer tow is cavity 5, 20 amp yellow. Right, to undo this, you have to pull these forward like this. Oh, of course, it's hard to do with one hand. I just had to lift up on it. All right, so if we look over here, it says here's, I don't know if we can see this. This is number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is number 1, 2, 3, 4. Yellow 20 amp fuse. So that's our fuse for our trailer wiring. So I'm going to go back and measure to see if I've got voltage there, and if I do, that's great. Then I'll pull the fuse, and then I'll check to see if there's voltage there. Alright, so I'm back at the tail light. I got my digital voltmeter probe in the connector. I found this was a good ground right here. This little tie-down strap. I tried over here. This is a horrible ground. It's not grounded very well at all. So this was a good one. I just put a little jumper clip to it, and I'm getting 12 volts here. So what I'll do is I'll disconnect that fuse, and I'll see if the voltage disappears. I'm at the front, the engine compartment, pulling the trailer tow fuse. Okay, so I got that out. So we'll pop back here, and no voltage. So let's pop her in again. If I pop her in, I should get my voltage back. So Okay, 20 amp in, go to the back, I got my voltage, so we're good. We can use that as our power for the trailer harness. The trailer harness instruction says to run a power all the way to the battery. I don't feel like doing that when it's already run. Don't even have to put the fuse in, that comes with it. Okay, I've clipped off the end of the connector off here. Pulled the fuse from the fuse box. I don't want to power this while I'm hooking it up. And then I took a Phillips screwdriver, just poked a hole through here and ran it through. That's nice and tight, and hopefully that'll be weatherproof. Alright, so what I did is I wired the white, connected the white wire. I drilled a 1/8 inch hole for the tap screw they had. They said 3/32 was way too small, so 1/8 it actually self-taps really nice and easy, and it provides a good connection. Then I measured from here to here to make sure I had a good ground, and yeah, I got a good ground here. The black wire on the module I hooked up to the red wire here. I soldered it in and taped it up. You have the option of putting a crimp-on connector. I'm not fussy for crimp-on connectors. Okay, my plan is to mount the control unit right here. I don't know if you can see that. So right in this space here. What I did is I put a level on here and I leveled it, and the taillight housing comes up just to here. So there's lots of clearance, so I'm going to stick it here. Now the problem is, if you can see it here, is that this surface is all irregular. So they give you a double-sided piece of tape to put in there, but it doesn't stick to this at all just because it's not regular. So I think what I'll do is first I'll hook all this up, verify and test that it works, and then I'll just put some industrial grade construction glue, PL, and just glue the thing on permanently. And that it's not like something I'm going to take apart. So first what I'll do is I'll hook it all up, make sure that it works. Now the plan is that these are the connectors for the driver's side, right? And then you have a green wire that I'm going to run all the way over, and it's going to go on the passenger side here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it underneath the bumper here, and hopefully what I'll do is I'll just unscrew these, or these are just these pop-out plastic rivets sort of thing, and just run it along here. The trailer hitch, I can take it down and do the same thing and get it to the trailer hitch here. So it looks like it won't be too bad. The only issue is gluing this on and seeing how long it's going to take to dry. This is the passenger side tail light. I just want to show how much dirt was built up in there. What I'll do is I'll get my brush and I'll clean it all off. I've run the cable. There's a green cable that comes down here. This is for the passenger side. I put it underneath here, underneath the bumper, and it's coming up here, and it's going to come into here, and I just have to clean all this off and hook up these connectors here. So what I've done is I got the construction adhesive here, pushing it down, block of wood just to jam it in there. I've run my trailer line, goes down here, comes underneath, and goes in there. Nice easy path for it. Got everything all buttoned up, tested it, put the fuse back in, tested to make sure that my brake lights work. Right, so I've put this all back together. I've got my turn signal lights and brake lights work. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a tester for the trailer hitch. You can buy them at any hardware place like Princess Auto, or I'm in Canada, so Princess Auto or Canadian Tire. I was going to buy a tester. They're only like $8 or $9, pretty inexpensive. And I thought, you know, they're pretty simple to build. I have a bunch of LEDs. Here's some LEDs. Just needed 3. I had them floating around, so I figured I'll get it. And a 1K resistor. A 1K resistor, the color code is brown, black, red. And that. So on an LED, when you look at it, and this is looking at it at an angle like this, the longer lead is positive and the shorter lead is negative. The schematic symbol is a diode with lines out of it, so that's the positive and negative. So to make a nice little simple trailer hitch tester for 4-wire. You have a ground, that's the pin. The brown is the tail lights. The yellow wire is the left turn. Green is the right turn. And you orientate your LEDs like this. I did a really simple one. I just have one resistor here. It works fine. You can have individual resistors if you want, but this one seems to work fine, as we'll see. And then I just wired it up like this. Right, so there's the 3 LEDs. The positive coming up here, the long lead. The resistor is over here, and then I bent it over so that way I can get the leads going up. Right, I put little hooks in them so that they fit in the pinholes. It works fine, and that easy to do. These are inexpensive. They're you can buy them in bulk to like 5 cents or 10 cents. Resistors the same thing, 5 cents. So this is probably 50 cents worth of parts at the most. So I got my little tester built up here. That's just the using some LEDs and that. So I got 3 LEDs and a resistor. So this should be my right turn signal, left turn signal, and tail lights. All right, so I'll go turn on the emergency flashers. I should get the left and right turn signals going. Yep, there it's working. That's the right turn signal, left turn signal, it's working. And then we'll turn that off. And now I'll turn on my park lights. Park lights are on, and that's my park lights. So real easy little tester to make. It verifies that it works. This is my left turn signal, and this indicates that it is the left turn signal working. Okay, let's go flip it over to right. Got my right turn signal and my right turn signal. So everything works fine. Last thing to check is the brake lights. I got my brake lights are on, and down here it's got the left and right turn signals are on, so brake lights. I had to come back to this because basically what happened was I put on the emergency flashers, but the emergency flashers on this car flash the turn signals, which are yellow LEDs. They don't flash the brake lights. So that's it. I'm just waiting for the adhesive to dry to put her all back together. Thank you for watching.